Eddie Howe celebrating his third anniversary as Newcastle United boss at St James's Park. Looked like a man who couldn't be happier with life at the moment after beating Chelsea in the Carabao Cup and Arsenal in the Premier League last week. Now, managers normally don't get too much time to enjoy a result or soak it up. I read an article the other day about Antonio Conte at Tottenham. Only gave himself an hour to enjoy the result before he moved on to the next one. And that's pretty much the same for Eddie Howe. But at the moment, spirits are much higher than they were just a couple of weeks ago when Newcastle won that winless run in the Premier League. The Cup always has the potential to save the season in some ways. It always has the potential to sometimes paper over the cracks, but don't get me wrong, it can also breathe new life into a campaign. Certainly seems that way with Newcastle. Now, on Friday as well, there's also an article that has emerged from The Guardian, I think it is, saying Jose Mourinho is eyeing his next job and Newcastle has been thrown in there. Now, this is something that has we've seen it before. It's been reported many times that Mourinho has an admiration for Newcastle, but at the minute, Newcastle United, there is no vacancy. There is nobody leaving the club at the moment. Eddie Howe is completely happy in the role. Newcastle Chiefs, I'm told, are completely delighted with Eddie Howe at the moment. They're looking at the league table at the minute. Newcastle on the bottom half, but such a tight Premier League. Last season finished seventh, fourth the season before. Newcastle, if they do finish in the top half this year, it'll be the first time they've done so for 3 consecutive seasons. So the first time since Sir Bobby Robson era, Newcastle have managed to stay in the top half. Third consecutive quarter-final of the Carabao Cup, and Newcastle obviously still in both competitions. So much to play for this season. Talk of changing manager, almost irrelevant at the minute. Newcastle also going over to Saudi Arabia next week, where they've been invited by the chairman of PIF to spend the week in Riyadh, training, going round as well, meeting sponsors, meeting club officials, meeting fans as well, I believe. So Newcastle, at the minute, it's pretty much a happy camp. I don't think it's one where Eddie Howe should be looking over his shoulder at all. I think, from what I'm told, he's got very strong relationships with PIF, very strong relationship with Paul Mitchell, the sporting director, who's ultimately the decision maker in terms of who's the head coach of the club. There's no issue on that score. Obviously, there was a little bit of a teething issue at the beginning of the summer, but we're in November now. That was a long time ago. Things have kind of passed over. Things have settled down. Newcastle's starting to prepare for the transfer window in January. So Eddie Howe at the minute seems content with what he's doing, and Newcastle seem happy with him. So it looks like there's nothing really to see here at the minute. Newcastle faces tough game against Nottingham Forest at the weekend. This whole situation could fire them up a little bit, possibly. I think they're already fired up enough with facing Chris Wood and Elliot Anderson, the two former players. Newcastle know they get back in the top half if they beat Nottingham Forest the weekend. So lots of reaction on Chronicle Live website at the minute about all the stories we've covered today, but particularly the head coach's situation. But 100% happiness between obviously board and manager at the minute. Jose Mourinho links have come from nowhere, probably because he's struggling a bit with Fenerbahce in Turkey. They are behind Galatasaray in the league. If Mourinho thought he was just going to swan to the Turkish league and win it, that hasn't proved to be the case. So there must be obviously a lot of tension there. Obviously, Mourinho shooting down the Turkish league in his press conference the other day, saying nobody watches it, and comparing it with other leagues, and saying it's pretty much at the bottom of the pile. So it doesn't feel like it's a happy camp over there. And Newcastle at the minute, more than happy with Eddie Howe. So there we are. That's the latest situation on that, going into that game against Nottingham Forest.